some type of barrier between the fans, grabby fans, and him or players. So I'm wondering, and I want to get you guys' opinion, do you think there needs to be more space, maybe, between the fans and the players on the court? Because there's going to be a lot of instances where players are going to fall into the stands. It's just going to happen. It's the nature of the game. If you're running for the ball out of bounds, if you happen to just fall, if somebody pushes you, whatever it may be, there's a lot of situations where a fan is going to interact with the player. So I don't know if Russ is just being overly sensitive or if there should be some type of guidelines. And maybe you move the baseline forward some, but I mean, they're not going to reconstruct every single NBA arena because of this. And that is the part of the fan experience. So I get what Russ is saying, but I don't see it happening. I don't see any additional barriers happening. D-Wade's shot against the Warriors was crazy. I agree. Him, and that was a comment from Courtney Harden. Also, D-Wade and CP3 chatting it up after the game. D-Wade signing some shoes for him. This is really a nice farewell that we're seeing on for D-Wade. And, you know, D-Wade had a nice conversation and kind of made up with Dirk. And now Dirk is thinking about playing next year.
Huh?
Yeah, he's thinking about playing next year. And I'm telling Dirk right now, Dirk, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. We love you here in Dallas. We love you. You have done a lot for the city. You've done a lot for the team. You've done a lot for the NBA. You're top 6 in scoring of all time. Don't do it, Dirk. Don't do it. Please. Please. I am begging you. Dallas is begging you to not come back. Take this farewell tour. Take whatever people are giving you and be done with it. Shout out to your dome tuning in. I don't know who that is, but shout out to you for tuning in. And no, Mo Cheese, there is no definite. There is no definite. Dirk needs to shut it down. If you see him running up and down on the court, you would tell yourself to tell Dirk to don't play again. His knees got to be jacked. It is time. It is time, Dirk, to ride off into the sunset, become a coach, and that's it. James Harden dropping 58 against the Heat. James Harden dropping 58. We know what the MVP is based on, and it's based on offense. It's not based on defense. It's not based on how great of an all-around player you are. He's going to win the MVP this year. The dude has put up 50 points. Let me go back and look up this stat. But he has put up 50 points 6 times this year. 6 times. He is also chasing a record. Michael Jordan did it 8 times back in the 86-87 season. Kobe did it 10 times back in the 06-07 season. James Harden is going to win the MVP. Put his name on the trophy right now. Go in and get it engraved. Go in and take it to Blessed Engravers or somewhere at the mall and have them go ahead and engrave this because it's getting ready to happen. The dude scored 58 on the Heat. I think he could probably get that at least 2 more times, scoring over 50. And like I just said, we know what the MVP is based on, so he's going to win it. And if you don't think he's going to win it, I need you to tell me who else you think is going to win it. And I like Giannis. I'm a big Giannis fan, Courtney. But Giannis isn't putting up 650-point games. And it's all based on stats. It's all based on numbers. So that's it. But I do like Giannis, and I think he will be an MVP one day. So let's go around the NBA. Rockets beating the Heat by 3 points. Now, if they would have lost to the Heat, that 58-point game means nothing but a stat. But he had 58 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 steals, 8 three-pointers. Another game from yesterday, 76ers beating OKC. Tobias Harris with 32, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 threes. Be on the lookout for these 76ers. And if they do not make it to the finals, this is a bigger disappointment than anything that they have had in their entire franchise existing. This team should make it to the finals. Tobias Harris, JJ Redick, all you need him to do is shoot. You don't need JJ to do anything else but spot up and shoot. Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. They should make it to the finals. We had the Jazz beating the Nuggets. Donovan Mitchell, 24, 8, 5, and 4. And I think this play was from last night or the night before. But if you've seen the move that Donovan Mitchell put on whoever was guarding him, this guy looked like he was getting ready to fall. But he just couldn't go to the ground. You know, that one of those moments where you try not to fall, but you keep kneeling down like you're getting ready to fall. I don't know what he was doing, but the way his body was going and where Donovan Mitchell was in two completely different directions. So let me know if you guys seen that play. It was hilarious. The Sixers do have to stay healthy. That is their MO. That is their focus. That is what they need to focus on this entire season. Everyone be healthy. If you need to give them a break, give them a break. But you need to make sure that they're 100% healthy when it comes playoff time, because they are in a position where they should be going to the finals. I bet the 76ers wish they had left Butler with the Timberwolves and just gotten Tobias. I don't think so, because I think they wanted to add as much firepower as possible, because that's what you're going to have to do to be able to beat the Warriors. You can't go in there with just Tobias Harris and the rest of those guys. He did the stanky leg, says Big L. Yeah, he did the stanky leg. He was doing the electric slide. He was doing the Harlem Shake. He was doing all kind of dances, because the direction he was going was not right. He was about to fall out of bounds. Also, the Magic beat the Warriors. I didn't see that game, so I don't know what the Warriors roster was looking like, but that's not a good look. And maybe they probably didn't start a couple people. Aaron Gordon, had 22, 15, and 3. A team that we, at least I, have forgotten about. The lowly Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Knicks, and Kevin Love has disappeared in as far as NBA player relevancy. He has disappeared. He scored 26 points, 8 rebounds. Honestly, they can just not, which they probably don't, but they can just forget about televising any Cavs games. If they have a Cleveland Cavaliers network, they should just put the closest city or the closest state's teams on the Cleveland Cavaliers network, because that is unworthy basketball to watch at this point. And they pissed off LeBron, and now that he's far gone from Cleveland. And the last game was the Pacers beating the Timberwolves 122-115. Bojan Bogdanovic with 37 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. I am surprised that the Pacers have a record that they have right now, 41-22. This is without Oladipo, but they're playing some good basketball. And big ups to the coach. Big ups to Nate McMillan for being able to coach this team without having one of your best players on the floor. But not to mention, even though they are missing Oladipo, they do still have Miles Turner, who's not a bad player. They added Wesley Matthews. They still have Thaddeus Young. So they've got a very, very decent roster, and they're third in the East. They are third in the East, above Philly, above Boston. So I don't see them actually making that big of a splash, but I would have to say it's exciting to see them where they are without having Oladipo. Shout out to Kevin Clutch Talk Sports in the building. Thank you for tuning in. And I agree with you, Courtney. How are the Pacers still doing this? I'm not getting it. Nate McMillan, Coach of the Year. I agree with you right there, 100%. Doing a lot with a little. That is exactly what he's doing. Exactly what he's doing. Also, I'm going to start a new segment. It'll either be on Fridays or Mondays. And it's called Around the G League. I like young up and coming players. I want them to get some pub. So I'm gonna go through a couple of players that are in the G League that you should be watching out for. They had the G League has their own Instagram account, and on that Instagram account, they kind of have the star players of the night. So Jordan McRae, he plays for the Wizards affiliate. He had 34 points. He's a two-way player. Quincy Acey continues. He's with the Mavs affiliate, but he continues to ball out. He had 29 and 11. Travis Trice, he's with the Austin Toros. Nolan Allen, he's also with the Capital City Go-Go. Jerome Robinson, the Clippers affiliate. Jordan Lloyd, the Raptors affiliate. And also Troy Williams with the Kings affiliate. He's a former Indiana player. And then Scott McAdoo of the Lakers affiliate. So that's around the G League. Look out for those names. Shout out to Shelly B. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so we're going to take a very quick break. When we get back, I want to talk some college basketball. We've got to talk about Bryce Harper and UFC 235 and two amazing, awesome female athletes in the world of sports that I wanted to talk about. So stay tuned. You're tuned into the BS3 Sports Show right here on X Squad Radio.
Get your chance to win 2 tickets to the Dungeon Family. Yes, the Dungeon Family. Plus Outcast, Goody CeeLo, Witch Doctor, Sleepy Brown, Cool Breeze, Backbone, Organized Noise, and live in Atlanta, April 20th at the Fabulous Fox Theater. Or win 2 dinner tickets for your choice with a value up to $120. All you need to do is go to xsquadaffiliates.com/contest.
Changing. We all hate when we have unexpected car problems. Well, I am here to tell you about a viable solution. Bay 11 Auto and my man Melvin. You have emission problems? Brakes need changing? Transmission slipping? Is your car just driving sluggish? No problem is too big. I live on the other side of town and I drive over an hour to a guy that I trust. Melvin is honest, independent and definitely not in the business to break your pockets. Come see the